Did you figure out this week's trivia question? Well, the answer is A. The average person dreams for about 1.5 hours.
Welcome back. We're on location at True Prospect Farm in Pennsylvania, home of Olympic equestrian Phillip Dutton. We're here to find out how this 46-year-old athlete stays in shape and how he keeps balance in his busy life.
Hi, I'm Phillip Dutton. I'm a 4-time Olympian for equestrian riding, the sport of 3-day eventing. I'm originally from a small outback town in Australia called Nyngan, and my family lived there on a farm. I grew up there. It was a sheep cattle farm, so horses were always a part of my life. We used the horses for, rounding up the sheep and the cattle. As long as I can remember, I've had a horse or sat on a horse and had fun with them.
And that fun with horses has led to quite a career for Phillip Dutton. Back in 1991, Phillip moved to the United States to pursue a dream. Since his ambitious move, he's been in 3 Olympics, he's won 2 team gold medals for his native country, Australia, and he's been named the United States Equestrian Association's Rider of the Year for the last 10 years and counting. Phillip reflects back to the day he realized his passion for horses was more than just a hobby.
Somebody always inspires you. It doesn't matter what career you take, what you do. There's somebody that leads you, or you think, God, that's cool, I want to do that, And there was a man in Australia who came out and taught me at our local pony club, and he'd been to the Montreal Olympics. I remember sitting down just like we are now and staring up at him, and I was probably only 12 and just in awe of what he'd done, and I guess I started dreaming about it then.
And it was this particular horse, True Blue Girdwood, that helped bring that dream to life.
That one life-changing person or influence was my horse, True Blue Girdwood. I brought him from Australia as a green horse and progressed up the ranks, and he was just a neat horse. He tried his heart out. He probably wasn't, the super talented horse, but when you got him out on cross country, it was just, he was a machine, and he taught me so much. I didn't always ride him well, but I learned and got better as I went along, and he took me to the Atlanta Olympics. We won a gold medal, and so I'll always feel in my heart that that was the guy, that was my chance, and the one that really changed my career.
True Blue Girdwood lived out the rest of his life here with Phillip, his wife Edie, and their children at their training facility in Pennsylvania. The crew and I spent the day with Phillip during his annual training camp, a camp where he gets a chance to work with aspiring young riders.
I feel that you have to give back. It's easy just to get a little bit blasé about the sport and about the horses you ride, and then you see, kids come here and they're on their beginner ponies, and it sort of brings you back a little bit to where you come from. Good. Just let her settle and then start to lighten your seat, but I don't want her canter or gallop to change. I want her to stay in a quiet canter. Good. The horse, in my mind, is the greatest athlete. The event horse is like what we call the triathlon of all horse sports. And he's the one that does the galloping and does all the endurance, but as a rider, you need to be able to stay on that 1,200-pound animal as he's galloping along and jumping massive jumps and dropping down drops and into water and all that kind of stuff. So there's a balance there of all different kinds of athletes. Certainly you need some strength. Above all, you need timing. Above all, you need balance. You need flexibility. Very good. You need to have some nerve and some guts to be able to stay on that galloping animal and have some trust.
A trust that his stepdaughter Lily is learning about right now.
She's having fun at the moment. She just rides in the junior ranks, and she's got a nice little horse, and she's forming a great partnership with him, which is such a great learning thing for her life, to care for an animal and look after an animal and get to know, have a friend that can't talk to you. The horses, you've got to get to know their feelings and their care and what they like and what they don't like, but they can't talk to you, and so you have to gradually get to know that horse and get in tune with him, and then he starts to trust you, and then it becomes a partnership, and he does what you're asking him to do, and so it's a pretty neat situation for her to be involved. This is True Luck, and he's a 14-year-old American thoroughbred that I've had for probably 5 or 6 years. We've been together, and hopefully he'll be going to the World Equestrian Games in Kentucky at the end of this year. He wasn't that successful racehorse. He's a really good, quiet, kind horse, and he loves to please.
And it really is true luck to have a horse bred for the racetrack do so well at the higher levels of eventing. For the past 5 years, 6 days a week, this equine team have been in training. To watch them ride as one is a true bond between man and four-legged teammate.
Dutton in his 4th Olympics. He is a 2-time gold medalist for the Australian team. This is his first appearance for the United States.
In 2006, Phillip Dutton officially became a citizen of the country he adopted. Now at the age of 46, he may be considered one of the older members of the U.S. Olympic team, but his eye is already on the London 2012 Games. At the end of the day, when all is said and done, Phillip has achieved the ultimate balance in life. He has successfully brought together a supportive family, a passion, and a career.
I don't think there'll be a life without horses for me. I mean, they've been such a big part of me. I do think that I've somehow or other got a little gift to be able to understand a horse, and I think it's not that often that you have a gift, and so you might as well make the most of it. And I sort of believe that that's why I was put on this earth, or one of the reasons to be a part of the horses and try and to improve them and educate them and spend time with them. And so I can't really imagine not being having horses involved in my life in some way.
We want to thank Phillip for spending the day with us. We wish he and his family the very best. Next on Your Life, an ACL tear is one of the most recognized sports injuries in athletes. It's also very common in certain breeds of dogs. That's our topic on this week's Tail End feature.